For the latest Alien and Predator news updates, visit hybridnetworkyt.com. Hey everyone, Nick here, and with this video I wanted to talk about a potential theory that I have for Alien Awakening, because recently I've been talking a lot about Alien Covenant and I kind of got a little bit drained of the topic, just in general, talking about the film, so I think I'm just at least going to dedicate this video to talking about my theory for Alien Awakening and how that film might actually wrap up the trilogy and the tone of it and things like that, just based off stuff that we've heard recently from Ridley Scott. So Ridley did do an interview talking about the film, saying that he's aiming for a War of the Worlds-esque plot for the movie. Whatever that means, we don't know yet, but I always thought that meant some sort of like a war film type of thing, like we're gonna get some kind of a large-scale kind of conflict going on with the army of xenomorphs that David is starting to create with the colonists that he has aboard the Covenant ship, and also what we know of the alternate ending in the Alien Covenant novelization, in which David actually does contact Weyland-Yutani headquarters back on Earth, and I think that sequence was definitely him kind of letting them know that he found this organism and that they should come take a look. So maybe that's when we get some Weyland-Yutani mercenaries like the guys that we saw, or even the Weyland-Yutani commandos like the ones that we saw in Alien 3, something like that. That would be really cool, but I'm thinking that the Colonial Marines could also show up, because if you guys know, in the canon of the Alien universe, usually the Colonial Marines are dispatched anytime Weyland-Yutani basically needs them to be dispatched. They're kind of like an unofficial arm of the company. Even though they work within the military government and everything, they still do get deployed if it's something involving company interests, which this alien definitely would be. Now, that does raise some continuity issues with Aliens, the James Cameron film, because that team in that film didn't know about the xenomorph, but I guess you could chalk it up to, well, whatever happens in Alien Awakening, say they do send in a platoon of Colonial Marines, they all get wiped out, or maybe they don't all get wiped out, but they basically put the mission on the down low so that no one actually finds out what happened about the xenomorph and everything like that. Like, the info doesn't get out there publicly until later on. But it would be very interesting too, because now that I think about it, it'd be actually really cool to see this kind of a war film take place, whether it was on the Covenant or on Origai 6, whatever the planet they're heading to. My theory personally is that David is going to LV-426, like that's actually his destination. I actually didn't think about this until recently, but another thing could be that David rerouted the ship to go to the same star system that LV-223 and LV-426 are at. You know, maybe he actually routed the ship to go there instead of Origai 6, because he does have like 7 or so years to get to wherever his destination is, and for all that time he can just basically be doing whatever he wants. But, you know, obviously the box office bomb of Alien Covenant is going to kind of factor into that, so maybe they can't go full War of the Worlds, but they'll do it like a kind of war film, military film, but also keep it on like a smaller scale, like the whole movie will take place in 1 or 2 locations, which would definitely help on the budget. It would also make sense for the Colonial Marines to appear as well, because they do exist in the Ridley Scott canon or universe, however you want to call it, because Sergeant Lope actually was with the Colonial Marines for 10 years prior to his service aboard the Covenant. So there you go, that's a explanation in canon right there that says the Marines do exist in this timeline. So this is personally something that I'd like to see out of Alien Awakening, a kind of war film, this gritty kind of drama. I mean, I don't even know if Daniels and Tennessee are going to be alive at this point. David did mention them in the crew log, but anything could happen. He could say they just died in another solar flare, or something happened, they didn't make it to their cryopods, etc, etc. So he can come up with any number of excuses as to why they didn't make it, but you have these 2,000 colonists. That's the real important cargo. So anyways, leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you guys want to see out of Alien Awakening? Do you guys think the whole war film, War of the Worlds-esque plot could make sense for this third installment to end the trilogy off with a bang and get us up to that point of the original Alien film? Or do you think they're going to dial everything back and go for a much smaller scale film that just takes place maybe aboard the Covenant ship itself as they're heading to their destination? As always, thanks for watching. My name is Nick, and for more on the Alien and Predator universe, subscribe to the Hybrid Network.